Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you are new, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We hit infinite on the second day. Unlike last season where I hit it on the first day, this one was a little bit more it was a little bit more tricky. So let's talk about it. Also, this is the first card back that I've liked since I've started. Like, Weapon X's was awesome. I actually really like this one. This one's sick. So I'm glad that the card back of this season was really good, because honestly, the last couple of seasons just haven't been that impressive to me, honestly. But yeah, we'll talk about the decks. Oh yeah, this card back. Here's the deck that I used to climb from 93 to 100s. I call it I Need Galactus, because I don't have Galactus. And the only thing you really need to know when it comes to like a deck like this is that you have to be aware that this is a heavy snap deck. When you get the right combo in your hand, you're comfortable to snap to win big. You win big, lose little, because it's a very inconsistent deck. So you'll go in a game, you'll snap if you have the right combo, not right away. You don't want to go for like 8 cube games unless the opponent forces it and your hand is good. Essentially, whenever you see Shuri, Panther, and or Nimrod, and Fastball and Adamantium Infusion, you're comfortable. You're able to do what you're needing to do. I run Echo in this build because Cosmo exists, and we don't want that. Also, Stardust exists, and we really don't want that. Stardust is the one thing, actually. Cosmo and Stardust. Ooh, this deck is done. You are done. You cannot afford to go into a player on turn 4, let them play Stardust and think you're gonna be okay. No, you have to leave. You can't use anything. You can't use Zola. You can't use Adamantium Infusion. You can't do anything. You are literally pincered. So you have to be careful about that. For some reason, I was fighting a lot of Galacticus. What the hell is he called? My brain's just fried. I think he's at the bottom. Zombie Galacti. My bad, Chief. I fought like 4 or 5 of these decks, just like, and I won a few of them, but like they caught me off guard, and then I started catching on what the hell it was. They spam out a bunch of low cost ones, and they juice up this thing to be as big as possible. You can beat it with Panther, and you can beat it with Nimrod. It's just a little harder with Nimrod. You want to beat it with Panther because, like, if you do the Panther properly, you'll get Panther like 180 power, just because how his multiplication like thingy works. After you kill him after a Shuri, you revive him, and then you duplicate him with Zola, and he's just massive for whatever stupid reason. Math, right? But yeah, that one is a weird one to go against. A lot of weird, actually they weren't weird decks, a lot of annoying decks in this match. Gambit was also pretty popular, but I'm Nimrodding, so I don't really care. It's one of the reasons why I was running this deck, is like, let them Gambit me, multiply my Nimrods. I do not care. So we had Galacti, we had Gambits, we had a lot of death, or death decks, or destroy decks. And then there was a few weird off-brand ones that are just kind of like the popular ones, like Soulbrand and Daredevil. So honestly, the meta wasn't that bad. It was a little bit harder to get to Infinite this time around, because I couldn't just use Think Tank Boom with like Weapon X and Strife, which was very good. So yeah, I had to go old school with it, essentially, and pop out the pink machine, Nimrod. And I'll show you the stats. So he's right here. Keep in mind, that's actually pretty good. I'm only 51 games in. You know, that's not bad. To go from 93 to 100, that is not bad, considering like I was trying to use the Organic Storm Virus, and I was doing good. I just wasn't winning big. I was trying to use Bounce. I was winning okay, but I wasn't winning big. Oh, this is Venom X, my bad. I did some zombie stuff, 50-50. I had some decent wins there, just wasn't winning big. My issue this season, even though it's only like day 2 of the season, was I wasn't comfortable snapping for big snap wins, which is how I like to win, like in the like 90s. I like flying through the 90s, and the best way to do that is by playing a deck that you can snap with and know that you're going to win those games. Especially since the meta is so free right now. just be careful of the techs. Star-Lord is not Star-Lord. Stardust and Cosmo. There's just little rats in the and we have to just deal with those little rats, right? So, yeah, 49% win rate, but once again, you would win huge, lose small, and I'll show you what I mean here. So, a lot of time people would just retreat too. So win two, lost one, win four, lost one, win four, lost one, win 4, -2, 8, 4, 1, 2, 8, 4, 2, 4, 1. You can kind of see how you can win a lot bigger in this one. Some of those losses on 4 was just like a point difference. It was super close. 8 win right here, cube 8s. Lost 2, won 4, lost 2, won 4. Ideally, you don't want to win. You don't want to lose much. You lose small, win big. Essentially, is what you want to go. I had a back-to-back win here with win big. That's just how this deck kind of flows, though. It's the only type of deck that, for me, like, I'm really a big fan of, like, Phantom X. I'm a really big fan of, like, bounce and whatnot, right? Like, there are decks I just really like using. But the issue is the snap. Like, you don't have that confidence to snap on a lot of these turns because you don't know what could happen. Where with a Nimrod Panther deck, you know the outcome. You know exactly if they don't counter you, what's going to happen, and they're gonna just get rolled over, right? You know that you get so big that it's just like, well, you're SOL, buddy, unless you like Shadow King me, which no one was really running. I saw like one Shadow King, and it was pre-used pretty early, so I was like, oh, okay. So like you're relatively safe. Now, I do think this deck is a lot better with Galactus in here. Unironically, I think Galactus is a really good pick in here. Or the Galactus version is a better pick in this, but this one is kind of nice because you do have 2 win cons, which is Black Panther and Nimrod, right? And then you kind of just like use Phoenix Force or Arnim Zola or Adamantium Infusion to get them bigger and duplicate them, and essentially that's the game plan. But like, again, the you don't go into every game snapping like a lunatic. No, you want to make sure that you have the key things in your hand. You know, like the Kid Omega, the Fastball, the Adamantium Infusion, the Shuri. You know, you want to make sure that you have the Nimrod or the Black Panther, and then you look for the Arnim Zola later, right? So this deck has no draw, so you're really just delaying for time, which is why Magik is so good for turn 5. If you need to play her on turn 5, assuming you already placed the Shuri, you can kind of drag the game out. Like you can play Magik on turn 3. It's okay since Shuri's a 4 and Nimrod's a 5. Just be aware that the opponent could counter it at any second, so be careful of that. But yeah, the deck, it got to 100 really quickly after being bullied, constantly going back from 90 to like 94 to 90 just by using all my other decks. It just wasn't winning big. I would win like consecutively, but I would lose big, or just keep losing and winning. It was never consistent. Where this one was like a lot less games, but you won really big and you lost really small with your cube snaps if you do it right. So yeah. I assume the OTA coming up is going to be a smaller OTA. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy for the beginning of the season. They might throw a bone in there, but yeah. Here's the deck: Echo, Fastball, Kid Omega, Carnage, Magik, Venom, Adamantium Infusion, Shuri, Phoenix Force, Black Panther, Nimrod, and Arnim Zola. Pretty much the basic combo is, if you want to just go with simplistic combo, play Kid Omega turn 2. Played Shuri turn 4. Either A, play Nimrod turn 5 and Fastball into an Adamantium on turn 6. Or you Black Panther and you can either A, Venom it, B, Fastball it, then you bring it back alive somewhere else if you have the turn 7, which is what you want to go turn 7 with Black Panther with the Adamantium Infusion. He'll get supersized, and then you Arnim Zola it. So, yeah. Essentially, it's just a straightforward strategy. It's like playing baseball. Just throw the thing, bring back the thing, laugh at them, and hope that they don't got a Luke Cage, which is also her job, if you're lucky. But yeah, that's it. that's it. I guess I can show you the other decks I was trying to climb with. I had this one. It was doing okay. It is a deck that takes actual like knowledge of what you're doing. Like you gotta know when to play the Stardust. You gotta know when to play the Shadow King. You gotta know when to, you know, to like play your tech cards. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You get Daredevil down as fast as possible. You Mobius, you start virusing up, and then you just use your counterattack when you need it. And it's a pretty good deck. I do think you would rather have Kingpin, unironically, over this, but it's an option. I was running Destroy, and this deck was actually performing pretty good. Let me pull up the stats, actually, since we have it up. Copium X has a 51% win rate, 16 cube win, 28-27. It was doing kind of similar to what the Nimrod deck was doing. The issue with this deck is Weapon X. You either win or lose depending if you draw Weapon X. Unironically, that's like the way, like you have to have him. If you don't have him down, you have nothing to do. The null won't get big enough. The death won't come out. You just lose. You could probably go with the Deadpool style of deck instead, but you don't need you won't need Squirrel Girl or the Breathe In. You can just kind of go classic Destroy with it, right? I was using Devil Rocks too. It had a good win rate, but it had a terrible net cube win rate or win thing. Like this deck was doing really good, but I just wasn't getting cubes because I was not comfortable with snapping. Identity Theft, my bounce deck that I got with Toxin. I literally just got Toxin this morning or yesterday morning. Terrible. It just doesn't work. Bounce is just not. Bounce is good, but I don't have the right pieces yet. I'm still missing like 2 pieces for Bounce to be really good, right? I did try a game with Affliction. Instantly just said no because I ran straight into a counter right away. I did try some games with Scarlet Spider. Did not work. The decks that I had the most success with were like Organic Storm, which was my original rock deck, which I had a lot of success with, by the way. I only switched off because it got hard stuck around 94. I just couldn't push back. I'm sure I could have pushed back past 94, but like once again, the snap rate compared to the loss rate, it just wasn't enough for me to keep happy. I could have probably slowly grinded it throughout the season and hit it pretty comfortably, but I wanted to go for fat snaps. And that's where Galactus, or the I Need Galactus deck came in. Like this deck was the only one where I could get consistent like 4 to 8 cubes. Not you. You're not that guy. You're that guy. Which is funny because Nimrod's just like such an old card. It's a Series 3 and it's still cooking. Most of this deck is Series 3 actually. Series 4. Series 5. Series 4. Series 5. Lamau. Okay, so you have 2 Series 4s and 2 Series 5s in this deck. That's it. That's how easy it is to build. That's all you need. Now if you get Galactus, that's an extra one, but like the deck will change slightly if you got Galactus. But I'll let you figure that one out. I like this deck. Something about watching Nimrod spread like a cancer on the field, being like 22 power, is kind of satisfying. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. Good luck with your grind. You're gonna need it.